Hello, Harry, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Harry, in what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real-life media products?
My product follows some conventions, as the first two shots are establishing shots, which is a very common technique used to establish a location with the audience. Furthermore, it features titles that are integrated to objects in the shot. This is another common technique. Also, I think that one area my product challenges conventions is the way that it doesn't show the actual killing of the victim, it just shows the killer leaving at the last second.
Okay, so how does your media product represent particular social groups?
My media product represents a small group of teenage friends by using actors of that age and category and then putting them into a semi-realistic situation.
Brilliant. We now have a question from one of our listeners, which is, what kind of media institution might distribute your product and why?
Okay, well, since a media institution is a company that is responsible for media products such as music or film, examples of this being the BBC, Sky, and Sony Pictures, for my product specifically, I believe that Sony Pictures may distribute it. This is because my film is of similar style to the rest of the existing films in their portfolio. As a result, it is likely that it will suit their target audience and bring in profit and will be worthwhile to them.
Speaking of audience, who would be the kind of audience for your film?
For my film, the target audience consists of younger males aged 15 to 35. That's really what I'm going for because it's a young kind of style film with violence and mystery, and that's the kind of age group I'm going for.
You've kind of answered the question I was going to ask, but how have you attracted this kind of audience towards your film?
Well, yeah, again, really, it's the violence and the killing aspect of the film and the mystery. A lot of younger males and stuff, and females also, but especially males do like that kind of film. And I mean, everyone likes a bit of violence, really, a bit of guts and gore. It's can't out really.
Many viewers are wondering, what have you learned about technologies from the process of making this film?
During the making of my film, I had to use a few different pieces of technology. This includes cameras, different digital storage devices, as well as computers. When using a camera, I learnt that there are many different options to choose from that will affect the quality and the style of footage that the camera will take. For example, I experimented with different FPS settings, which had the effect of changing the smoothness of the shot by updating the picture more frequently. However, I would say that the biggest learning curve that I experienced was with the editing of the footage using a computer program called Premiere Pro. This user interface seemed complicated at first to me, however, as I used the program more and more, I quickly got to grips with the different functions and the tools, including making titles or speeding up or slowing down footage.
Okay, and finally, looking back at your preliminary project, what do you feel you've learned in progression from it to the full film?
There are several different aspects of filming that I've learned a lot about going from my preliminary project to my film. Firstly, sourcing and organising actors to feature in my film proved difficult because as a busy student it's hard to find the time to fit people around you when you are free and when they're free, providing that you can actually find people that are willing to act in your film, which is also another difficulty which I experienced when making my film. Another aspect of the film that I have learned is the power of good titles. These are key to get right in order for them to work as well as complement the shot. And thirdly, keyframes are a key part of my film, which I've learned to use in between my preliminary project and my film. And finally, I've learned that colour grading, or simply just tinting the colour, and a few other aspects of the shot really help get across a certain feel or mood in order to complement the feeling of the shot and better the effect that you're giving.
And thank you very much again for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.